Hey guys, how's it going? I just got here with this motor right here. We'll see how it is. I don't know. I mean, that motor's been sitting around probably longer than the motor that's in that car. So I'm not gonna hold my breath on this motor. I mean, you know, when I see things like this, like intake bolts missing, you know, things like that, it's usually, I don't know. You know, I'm gonna go through it tomorrow. It's kind of like late in the day. I don't want to really get too deep into it because then I'll end up working really late, and I don't want to do that. So what I'm probably gonna do is I got my new hood latch that goes in right here. I got the dash pad yesterday, but I didn't have the screws right here. I was missing the nuts right here. So I just picked those up. So now we can throw the dash pad in. And actually, I got these lower clips. So I'll get this chrome trim on, and then that's going to be it. I'm only going to stay here for a really short time because I got a super late start. I had to wait until the gentleman got home so I can go pick up the motor. And you know, so I didn't get anything done on the car actually. And I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to really get into that. Because then, it could either be a Pandora's box and I can end up working late, and I really don't want to because I was hoping tonight, if it's nice out, I'm hoping to take my Nova out and take it for a nice little cruise. So we'll see, fingers crossed. So I'm going to plug away a little bit on this, and then I'll wrap it up in a little bit, okay? Alrighty, let's get started. Okay, remember I was telling you how he had this in backwards? This plate right here is supposed to be in front of this. He had this mounted behind here. Very easy mistake to make, but that's how it's supposed to go, just like that. And then the same on this side, it goes in the front right here. Pretty simple, but very easy to make that mistake. So, all right, and this is where it comes down. Like normally it would be up here for a Santa grill, but seeing this is closed off, you don't have an opening here. The bar comes around, and now you unlock it from here. The bumper comes across here, so it kind of hides it a little bit. So that's it. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna do the window trim now. Okay, let's get going. This is the way I normally do them. Let me see. Like these slide right on. If you could see it, like these tracks right here. What I do is I separate them right there at the seam. I do 4 on one side and 4 on the other side. And then now I'll just set it in place. All right, let's see what we can do with it. got to drop the steering column down and pull this gauge out, this cluster out, just to get the 2 screws right over there. One straight up over here in the back, and another one back over here. So just to get those screws, the work you got to go through. But that's the easiest way. If not, you'll never get to them unless you get this cluster out. And when you pull the cluster out this far, the speedometer cable comes out from the back. So when you put it back in, you got to make sure you get the speedometer cable back in. Alrighty, let me just get to the other 2. I also took the glove box door out, so I could just put my hand up in there and just screw it in that way. That's really the only way you can get to these things. It's so tight. Another thing too about this, let me take this off of here. I'll show you something. All right, this steering column. Well, you know what? I'll show you the steering column once I get it back together, because there's actually 3 screws that hold this column up, where 69 is only 2. So I'll show you the difference. Let me get this in there, and then I'll show you what it is. Okay? Let's go. Let me show this. Okay. 69 Camaros have 1 bolt here and another bolt there. I don't believe they have this 3rd bolt right over here. That one there. So 69 is just this one and this one. And while I'm down here, I just remembered I ordered a new brake switch. And that's where it's supposed to go, right there. I don't know if you can see it. No. It's supposed to go right there. And all you do is you take the front nut off, you slide it through the front this way, and then you adjust the pedal, accordingly. Wherever the pedal sits, you want to make sure that this button is pushed in. Because if it's not pushed in, your brake lights stay on, okay? And this right here is the plug that plugs into the back of this. So I'm going to put it together and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Alrighty, let's get started. Let me show you. This is that brake light switch right there. If you could see, there's a little white button right up over in here. You'll see when I push it out. That's what turns your brake light on. So, if you ever have a brake light, it's constantly staying on, you could thread this in closer to the brake. This way it kind of pulls that white button back in. So, well, this is done. These are the screws right here that I was telling you about to drop this column. And you got to pull that cluster out because you'll never get the screws to that dash pad. So I'm going to finish up the dash pad now and just keep moving along. All right, guys, it's the end of the day. It wasn't a long day at all. I actually wasted a lot of time just, waiting to get this right here. I really couldn't plan anything because I wasn't sure. He had a doctor's appointment, and wasn't sure what time he was going to get out. So I wanted to make sure that I was available when he was home. So let me go over what I did today, which wasn't much at all. I was only here for a short time. So I got this hood latch in. It's down over here. I got that done. I got this chrome trim in. This valance back in, chrome trim in. I got the dash pad in. And you got to take this, that instrument panel out because you just can't get to the screws. So, and then you got to drop the steering column just to get the instrumentation panel out, which it's not hard to do. It's just, so many little things that, you know, in your way that you got to get to just to get the 2 screws up on top right there. So I took the glove box door out because there was 2 other screws over there. So it's just easier, you know. There's a couple screws. I took the door right off. It wasn't a big deal. And I'll put that on maybe tomorrow, the next time when I'm finishing up, when I'm buttoning up the interior and stuff like that. I got this on. I had this piece of chrome trim that was missing. That's done, and that's really it. You know, it's a Friday, and you know, some guys go out, they drag their cars out, and you know, sometimes they go up there, I meet them, and you know, it's not a big group of guys. There's another area probably about 4 miles down the road. It gets packed, and you know, I just don't feel comfortable leaving any of my cars around or anything. And I'm not saying that they're bad people, because they're not. It's just so crowded that you know, just a big group of guys just ended up going to their own spot, and I found that out. So I just started hanging out over there, and a lot of my good friends hang out over there. So I'm going to try to go up there, you know. So you know, this is the end of the day. Didn't get much done, but a little bit, you know. It just keeps moving forward. You know, so as always, you know, I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully I'll get more done on this car. Maybe tomorrow, I'm thinking, because it's the weekend, and I may go out on the boat over the weekend. So so we'll see. You know, let me just, you know, keep chugging along on this. If I keep chipping away, I should have this car done, hopefully, knock on wood, in a few days, provided that this motor is good. And I'm not just going to throw it in there. I want to go through this motor, make sure it's okay. So, you know, I'll rotate the motor around. I go over all the valves and everything like that. And, you know, hopefully, but I just don't have a good feeling about that motor. I don't know why. So, we'll see, you know. But, like I say, as always, I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you enjoy these videos. And you guys take care of yourselves.